Hello or welcome back. This is my weekly series called Weeklywonder and Whiplash, and it is a series. If you don't know, it's a series where I go over my consumption of the week, and I tend to start off with my weekly repeats. So let's go ahead and start there. So I have Super Cool by Love Vampires, Mrs. Morality by Bar Italia, New York Grief by Princess Demeni. That song, I just started rollerblading, and every time I play that song and the wind's hitting my face and the sun is setting, I really feel like I'm in a movie. Like, I feel like I'm that girl. And lastly, my last song is Paper Chaser by Play a Circle. That song is so good. I got money, you got mine, and then just a paper chaser. Anyways, that song is real good. Those out of all those songs, those are probably the two that I've been playing the hell out of. So okay, so I don't have a Substack article, but I do have a topic that I have been thinking about a lot lately, the past month. And I think a lot of people are struggle with this, like the whole niching up, niching down, finding your niche. I mean, hey, the whole reasoning for me having this YouTube thing is because I found it really hard to just stick to one thing because I am many things. I am constantly honoring many versions of myself simultaneously. So I don't like to be boxed, but I came across this TikTok video. I really suggest watching it because and they talk about some of the most amazing artists that we look up to. They're good at many things. For example, King Cruel has like five different names. Many times do we see artists go under like different names for different genres that they may want to lean into or just like different eras, you know what I mean? So I came across this Substack post by the creator Emma Lou Kogan, really obsessed with people who change their minds. Why niche down when you can niche up? Why live one life when you can live thousands? Every time you change your mind, imagine yourself as your favorite flower, growing a little taller each time your opinion, life, environment, passion, career, etc. changes. And I have been thinking so much about this because allowing myself to be okay with being many things, and I actually love that about myself, that I'm somebody who's extremely unpredictable, and there's so many people, so many experiences that have shaped who I am. So I couldn't possibly just be interested in one thing. For me personally, it just doesn't make sense. And I was listening to the Grits and Egg podcast. I don't remember what episode. I wrote this note down because I didn't want to forget it, but I was listening to the Grits and Eggs podcast today, and they were talking about how white supremacy doesn't want people, especially black people, to go against the boxes they place us in. I think this ties directly into the pressure of niching down. Systems rooted in white supremacy rely on keeping people in boxes. Complexity doesn't fit the narrative they've created. So basically, what I'm saying is dare to be many things. I feel like, especially when you are a black person, a person of color, be be all of the things because they want. I think niching down plays into white supremacy by you being less things. It's easier for them to categorize you. So I think especially you really need to be many things. They don't want you to have locks and also be a botanist and also be a rapper and also like to go play bingo on Fridays, even though you're only like 25. That that confuses them, right? Because they are like, you're in this box, the stereotype. So when you dare to exist outside of that box, that challenges them. And I challenge you to challenge them. Be everything you want to be. So that's one thing I noticed. I feel like a lot of people will be like, I didn't know that you were into that. I'm like, me either. Me either. I am always learning so much about myself and honoring everything that possibly interests me. There's so much to learn. Like, genuinely, I spend a lot of time researching and learning about things. There's so much in this world that I don't know about. And I just find so much passion in learning and trying out everything. I feel like a lot of the time when you're complicated, when you're different, when you're weird, when you go against the grain, all that does is upset small minded people or people who want to control you or people who want to put you in a certain box, right? But why be simple? Literally, why be simple? Anyways, I'm kind of going off on this rant, but I generally have just been thinking about this so much. Especially in that Substack article when she said, why live one life when you can live thousands? Generally, every day I am waking up remembering that I am many people. I am many, many, many people. I mean, if we're really going to talk about how many versions of myself that I am all at once, everything, everywhere, all at once, I also am in honoring all of my ancestors that weren't able to do the things that I'm able to do, to have the freedom I'm able to do, to so I really got to be everything that I can be while I'm still here for all them. So, anyways, enough about that. Let's get into my animation. So, I watched the movie Heavy Traffic right here. The animation is amazing. I loved it so much. I loved how it incorporated like real life with animation. I remember seeing that a lot. And do you guys remember like when crossover episodes were like a thing when like cartoons used to go on like, for example, you would have like a crossover episode of like The Simpsons and like Hannah Montana. That didn't happen, I don't think, but you get my point. Crossover episodes were my favorite thing. The only thing I will say, it's if you see the year, that's from a while ago. So there's some sensitive themes. There's a lot of racist words and stereotypes and things that are thrown around. So if you're sensitive to that, but if you're going to consume art from back in the day, a lot of it is problematic. That's just what it is. But I'm okay with consuming things that are problematic. The N word was being thrown around and the character is white, and that had me like a couple times. I didn't like that, but or even like the main black woman that he's with, listen, just watch it. Just watch it and put that aside. And let's get into my artist feature. So, to know me is to know how much I love retro. I love 2000s Windows, PS1 style animation, like anything nostalgic. I just love everything. It bleeds into everything that I love. Whether that's clothes, whether that's dinnerware, like I just love old things. Things that have had a life many years before me. So I was automatically drawn. His name is Vince JG, and he is a 3D visual artist and no AI. You hear that, people? No AI. He's a young black man, and we love to see that. I love my black creatives so much. So I was just automatically drawn to his work. Like, this was insane. I would love for this to actually be a game that I can buy and play on an old PS1. That would be so sick. But for the sake of keeping it accessible, it would be really cool if it could be an app or something that you could do on your phone or computer. Actually, bring back computer games. Let's get a site running, actually. And let's start using keyboards again. Let's start using arrows again. Okay. And something that I thought was really cute is that him and his wife collaborate together and share that common interest of being 3D artists. They worked on this one together. This is the first one that I saw, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. Like, Just two artists collaborating together on a project, on something that they both love. Does life get any better than that? I don't think so. Clearly, love is still alive for the creative. So, love to see it. And that's all. I'm kind of slacking in this episode in terms of research and things I've done. I recently have been planning my solo trip and that I just booked. I'm going to be in Europe for 2 months, and that has been taking a lot of planning, a lot of researching. So I've been really focused on that. But I'm done planning that. I already have my itinerary, so I'm going to be back on my researching stuff. So just wait. Next episode, I'm coming back hard. So, lastly, it is time to listen to the voicemails you guys have left me. And if you don't know, I have a hotline where you can leave anything from advice to recommendations to you just giving a rant, just talking about what's happening. So, I'm here to talk. I am a yapper and I invite you to yap to me and I will respond back. So, let's get into that.
Weird niche recommendation is Dead Leaves and that whole style of super fast-paced animation from the early 2000s. It's super sick. And then something that's also been on my mind was how you said you were slowly shedding, being a creature of comfort. In your last episode, I feel like I've been slowly shedding my layers of the need for change. Like I've always sought rapid change in my life. I feel like I'm slowly shedding that need. I'm becoming a creature of comfort. And it feels super different. I hope that made sense.
First of all, Dead Leaves looks amazing. I think I have it saved on Letterbox or I've stumbled upon it somewhere. I think one time I was looking at Cowboy Bebop. Is that what it's called? Bebop? And Dead Leaves popped up, or maybe I was looking at something and I've been meaning to watch this. So you reminding me about this, it's a sign that I need to watch it. So thank you for that. The animation looks amazing. The colors, wow. And I absolutely love how you worded that, becoming a creature of comfort. How beautifully was that worded? First of all, congratulations. That's great. I love that. Yeah, I feel like when you're really used to things constantly changing, things being slow can be extremely uncomfortable, but it's important to also learn how to appreciate the slower, smaller things in life. Those things I feel like actually end up being the most fulfilling things. And you're constantly moving so fast all the time and just you're on autopilot. There's so many things that you miss. The everyday small things like, and I almost feel like it takes away from you being able to express full gratitude for just the mundane things in our everyday life that we look over. So congrats to you. I think it's great because then you already have the experience and the wisdom of being able to adapt to changes, and now you also are learning how to be okay with slow moments in your life. So sounds like you're on a great journey and I wish you well. Thank you so much for leaving that voicemail. So let's get into the next caller.
Hey girl, I seen you on IG and I saw you pop up on my YouTube, so I checked out your channel and I love this hotline concept. And I'm curious how long you were interested in creating a YouTube channel and if you encountered any hesitation or doubt, because I know it's a very oversaturated space these days, or if it was more of a spur of the moment idea. And if you didn't have any hesitation, I'm also just curious what kind of stuff you like to watch on YouTube, and if you weren't making these kinds of videos, what are some other kinds of videos you'd be interested in making? Peace.
Well, hello. I'm glad that the algorithm pushed you to me and now we can have a nice little conversation. So, hmm, I honestly don't think too much about spaces being oversaturated because I'm like, what's not oversaturated nowadays? Or if it's not oversaturated, it's going to be when? Very soon. So I try to not even think about that because I'm like, wherever I go, there will always be space for me. I don't think about if a space is going to, if I'm going to fit in it. I already know that I am because I'm me. And quite literally, there can never, what's, the world's oversaturated, but we're all here anyways, right? So that's how I view it. I don't really have an end goal. I just like to talk. I do a lot of research. I am constantly FaceTiming my friends and harassing them with random things that I stumbled upon. And I'm like, oh, let me just like, I don't know, talk to a camera on YouTube and like create a little community of people who also share the same interests, whether that's 200 people or 10,000 people. Regardless, it's something that I enjoy and it's fun to do. So that's really what I think about. I'm not so focused on the oversaturation of it all. But I do sometimes think about it. Like I was definitely hesitant at first. Mainly because I was like I knew I wanted to go back to YouTube. It's something I've always gone back and forth with, mainly in my youth. But I used to make YouTube videos all the time from like hair tutorials to like this, but felt like again, I was niching myself down. I would like, okay, I was vlogging. I had a vlogging channel where I would vlog, but then sometimes vlogging just really wasn't my thing anymore. I feel like when I'm out and about, it's very hard to stick out a camera. Like I'm having fun. I'm actually like present in the moment. I can't just vlog the entire time. No shade to people who do it, but for me personally, it's like, and me also, when I'm with my friends and with people, like I'm an entertainer. Like I like to perform. I'm literally the modern day jester. Like to know me is to know what it's like to be in the presence of a jester. I like to perform and make people laugh. So I can't really do that if I have my phone out and I'm like, So to wrap it up, because I feel like I'm kind of dragging this answer on, but overall, it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing. I was just like, the idea came in my head one early morning because my best ideas come early in the morning. I wake up every morning like at like 5:30 and I'm just researching, thinking, learning this, and ideas always pop up in my head at that time. And I was like, let me do a series where I go over like all the things that I come across on the internet because I'm always on scrolling on the internet, right? Because that's the modern day library. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks so much for leaving that. One more that I'm gonna play. So let's get into it.
Okay, I saw a repost on TikTok that you reposted, and it was like, I'm afraid that I'm because I'm doing everything, I'm gonna be nothing. Oh my god! Please talk about it.
Okay. I don't even think I don't have like any answers or too much thoughts because I feel like I kind of already touched on it today. But to directly answer, I would say like there are moments where I'm like, damn, I need one thing to focus on. I need to spend time. There's a lot of things that I'm constantly working on, and I never become very good at something. I'm at like a B minus, never going to an A plus, B minus. I'm a B minus in many different things in my life that I have tried. Like, because my hyperfixations will become really strong and then they go away just as fast. For 2 months, I could be like, for what? 3 months, I was absolutely obsessed with Cyberpunk. I was obsessed and I haven't touched it or picked it up in the last 3 months. So I am everything and nothing. And I embrace that because I think if that's you, that's you. You are many things. So you can never be nothing because you're hello, you're literally here. What's nothing to you? I think if you are living a life and you are dabbling into everything that brings your heart joy, I don't think it's possible that you can be nothing. That sounds like a rich life to me. It does worry me sometimes, and the thought does come in the back of my mind where I'm like, oh my God, you have dabbled in quite a lot of things, but yet you are an expert at nothing. But you're not meant to just be an entomologist or zoologist or a teacher. Maybe you're meant to be a teacher in many different subjects. So, thank you for leaving that voicemail. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm sorry there's been delay. I have ADHD and I am a woman with scatterbrains, so give me grace. But thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.